So I parked the car, gathered my stuff, all my work things, my stuff from the day, ice packs, my bottle of water, my empty bottles of fuel, stuff from my mum. My mum always gives me things, gift bags, things that can be reused. And walked back, and I stood outside the car, took a moment, still stood outside the house rather, took a moment and looked at the body of the dead seagull and kind of said a few words in my mind, I hope the parents are okay. I hope the little soul of the dead seagull will fly high and end up perhaps in the next baby. And there's still time to have another set of babies. And just wishing the soul of the poor baby seagull and wishing comfort for the parents. And just stood for a few moments, and then I looked at the cast my eye over the garden, and the seagull had knocked over one of his waters, which was empty. So I went to fill it up with the water that I had, my water, rather than going in and then out again. Sometimes I do that, and I just quickly fill it up from my water, and from my water bottle in my bag. But then I realised there were some snails all over it, so I left the snails and just left it as it is because it's already got some water, and I can freshen all the waters up tomorrow morning. Because I freshened them this morning anyway. And then came in, felt quite peaceful really, all things considered, and made a cup of tea, had a roll up at the back door, and I looked up at there was some white in the sky, and it was the white seagulls against the dark sky. Always look so beautiful, magical, and it's like fly high. And then I remembered that when I was driving today, it's almost like I had a premonition of death, really. I thought, I kind of even crossed my mind, am I going to die in an accident? But then a bit later on I saw a sign that said fly high, and I thought it was a tribute. Sometimes they do that at football. There was one really carefully orchestrated, and I went on the website of the club and saw how they did it and the instructions that you'll arrive and there'll be a coloured sheet of card on your thing, and at the such and such on your seat, and at the such and such a minute you hold it up. Make sure you hold it to facing the pitch and not facing the sky, and then it spelled out fly high, and then the name of the child who died, and it was I believe the dad was called Liam, and he was a manager of, I think it was Bristol City, and one of the Bristols. I'm sorry, Bristol fans, if I've got that wrong. The wrong one, but I think it's Bristol City. Might be Liam Manning. His baby had died, and so they did a thing, fly high, in the baby's name. And so I always associate it with that, even though it was this sign I saw was about a festival. And then, I kind of realised, perhaps that was that. So it was like fly high, little one. And I felt quite peaceful, and I thought about this whole processing of emotions, and what do we do? But it's like, what do you do? Alchemist turned the sadness into gold, or the processing of the emotions is the thing. And I kind of thought that today, the documenting of the day made me, did a lot of things. It made me really notice things, pay attention to the meaning of things, and even things like when I brushed my teeth this morning, remember this, remember tonight, you need to get back into your habit of flossing. And when you wash your hair, remember your commitment to that's going to be your last lot of disposable plastic bottles. You're going to go on to refills, like a little, not a ritual exactly, but an effort, to go to Wright's art shop, and where they do refills and as well, eco refills, and that can be a thing. Get two, so you've always got one that's on the go and one that's full. And and I thought, all this, the kind of accepting everything of the day is that's all what it is, it's accepting everything, it's processing everything. And yeah, so I was going to listen to the rest of the football, do my exercises from the physio and the bands and all my neck, back exercises, stomach exercises, and brush my teeth. I hope I remember to floss, and then go to bed and go to sleep because I'm really tired. Listen to the rest of the football. I think it's like an even score, so if no one scores, it will go to extra time and then penalties. But that will see me through, or it might just end and I'll just be listening to the debrief while I do my exercises and things like that. So yeah, it was a lot in that day today. Okay, good night.